There he is. There he is, folks. What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in. Welcome back to another Monday morning live stream. We are the Crypto Remora. Thank you for being here. My name is Wes. And I'm joined with, as always, the guy on the
Oh,
other side of the
oh,
screen, Siri
oh.
Crypto. There he is.
Damn, you
Hey,
guys are
Siri.
early this week, man. Shit.
I know, dude. I know. They're early
Oh,
as
what the
shit,
hell,
man.
man? I mean, I'm all for rising early and stuff, but god damn, you guys are getting a little crazy with this morning bird shit.
Um, did you stay up late last night?
She kept me up.
She.
Right there. She did. Not my fault.
Who's she?
That was not my fault.
Who is she?
Oh, she is.
I knew it. Let's see it.
She
Let's
is.
see it.
Woo, she is.
She's a
Well,
baddie, huh?
oh, she's a baddie.
She's a baddie.
I gotta unveil her for you guys. I'm gonna bring the camera over here for this one. Whoa. Whoa.
Oh, hello. Okay.
She kept daddy up all night.
Nice, dude.
Oh, she kept daddy up.
Damn. Yeah,
Yes,
that'd probably
sir.
keep me up too.
That is an
I'm not here.
official. I don't know if you can see it with the camera, but on the back you can't see it. You can't see the official, but it is official. It's a Moog. That is a Moog.
Ah, nice.
And I've wanted one of those since I was
3.
13, 14 years old. Used to spend hours in the music store just drooling over it. And they'd be like, hey, buddy, we're closing.
Hey, bro,
We got to go.
wipe up
You're
your
going to
drool.
fucking buy something? And I never had one. And you know what? Up until I've had it for almost a year.
Yeah.
And everyone keeps asking me, and they're like, Nick, when are you going to play it? Are you going to ever take it out? And I'm like, don't even look at it. It stays wrapped up.
Don't
It's one of those
take your
things
dirt off of it.
it's one of those things I got strictly because I just had to have it my whole life. I wanted it so bad when I was younger, when I was making music, and I never got it. So it's like that thing I had to prove to myself that one day I would have it.
Yeah.
So it's literally that's what it means to me. It means more than just an instrument to me. That's a statement of success in my life. Because
Nice.
being that poor dude, I was like, shit, I'll never I was like,
Never
there's
owned
no
one.
way I'll ever own one. Like
Yeah.
it's literally one of those things for me. So yeah, it's a dream come true to actually have it. So, but yeah, I just messed around last night. I was like tinkering around with stuff because I got a lot of cool shit happening with music, man, recently. A lot of good stuff, bro. A lot
Things
of
are
good
picking
stuff.
up, huh?
Finally, it's like that's what it is. But yeah, no, I stayed up all night, and then I gut instinct woke me up. I was like, wait a minute, what the hell time? And then it said 9 minutes till showtime. I'm like, oh shit. So my bad, you guys. I apologize.
No, you made it on time, dude. You made
Just
it.
barely by the skin of my teeth.
I saw you pop up in the corner over there at like 2 minutes left, and I was like, there he is.
So I'm like, boom.
Yeah, man. So guys, really boring shit happening right now, just going sideways today. I mean, we're gonna look at some price action. We're gonna look at the chart. We're gonna talk about what we expect in the next coming days, couple of weeks. Give you some price targets, predictions, all that good stuff. We're gonna do everything like normal. Look at some posts and just try to make this into something because nothing is happening, and or it seems nothing's happening, right? There's a lot of things that are happening in the background that we can talk about. But until those things play out, man, the charts, everything, price action is just going to be kind of boring, man. But but yeah, we both called that we would be, above 80K. And I think we're sitting at 83.5 right now. So that's a good thing. We did start creating some structure on the chart, which is also a good thing. And I think that's something to go off of, right? So we're gonna do all that stuff, man. Have some fun. We're gonna have a good show today. So thank you guys for being here. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you're sharing all that good stuff, man. It really does help the channel out. So let's get it, man. Let's get started. Do you have something coming up, or were you just playing around with that thing, dude? Like, do you have something coming up where you're gonna actually be using it?
Yeah, we I didn't want to get into it yet because on tomorrow I think I signed the contract, but I'm going to be working directly with a bigger venue, and a venue that actually has a staff and a
Yeah.
security and a food manager, and they want me to actually be the stage manager, and not only the stage manager but doing what I love, which is booking and booking
Yeah.
other talent. Like, in other words, I get to do the talent scout thing, which I fucking love, dude. There's nothing I love more.
Dude, that's awesome, man. That
Yeah,
is
dude.
awesome, dude.
I love being able to give someone an opportunity to go on stage that wants to go on stage, because I know what that
Yeah,
feels
dude.
like. So like,
Yeah.
yeah, dude. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what's in the contract. I don't want to jump my guns and say I'm
Yeah.
signing it yet, because it has to meet obviously I've got a very busy schedule, and it's got to be able to meet with my schedule, and it's the money's got to be right and all that stuff. But if it is, I'm gonna jump all over
Bombs
it
away,
if it
man.
is. So we'll
Bombs
see.
away.
And if that happens, it's good, because it's not gonna conflict with my schedule. So that works
Yeah.
really, really good. And on top of it, our cover band just got someone that's like, hey, I'm retired. Got a little bit of money, got some experience. I think you guys are cool. I like the way you play. I want to book your gigs for you. And me and Joe are like, wait a minute. And Joe's like, no, this is great for him. And I looked at Joe and I'm like, you realize you're punishing this guy, and all he ever did was buy us shots. Like, he was good to us, and now you're putting him in this position of punishment of booking, because it's such a like when you're booking your own band for money, it's different, because you're going in representing yourself. It's different. So having someone else to do that, I guess, is going to be like freaking awesome, man. I've always had to do it myself. So to finally have someone else doing it,
Yeah.
it's like, oh my God, all I have to worry about is everything else, which is still a lot, like music, the video, pictures, the gear, how to learn how to use it. I mean, dude, I don't even know how to use that freaking thing, man. I used to know how to use it better at 14 than I do now, because I'd spend more time on it. But, aside from that, I'm doing the two most important things in my life, man, that
That's awesome.
mean the most, is investing and music. And that's always what I've wanted to do. That's always been my roots. So as long as I keep both of those things, I feel like I'm not too scatterbrained.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Dirt
So
Donkey's
I'm
showing some
stoked.
love, man. Thank you, Dirt Donkey. We appreciate you, man. You're awesome, dude.
CT, oh, shout out, man. Did you see Ghostface Killer? I was trying to shill and raid his damn chat, dude. Ghostface from Wu-Tang.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
He's been
came on. He's like, yo, I got $100,000. What should I buy on Solana?
Dude,
I'm
he's
like,
gonna freaking launch his own token, man. Like, he's already hyping it up to launch his own token.
yeah,
I don't
probably.
know, man. I don't like that, dude. Like, you already got money, man. I already know you got money, dude. Like, you want to go buy some stuff, right? Let's show CT and Cook. But if you're like just trying to get everybody hyped up so you can put that into your own token, man, like, get the fuck out of here, man. He's a
Is that what it
grifter, dude.
is? Is that what it
Yes,
is?
dude. Yes. He's
Oh,
like, I'll launch
no.
my token when y'all like this tweet. You know,
I didn't see that. I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
I don't know, man. We like that shit's dead, man. Get out of here, dude. Fucking grifters, dude. And then you won't see him for another 3 years, probably. But whatever. I mean, hey, if we can talk him into buying some CT or Cook, man, that'll be dope.
Well, I was trying to warn him, because in the beginning his posts were legit. Like, he's like, I heard there's a lot of scams. Like, what's going on with that? And he seemed legit, like he was wanting to get in the community and know more. And then he said there's not enough culture in crypto. I was commenting, responding to everything he said.
That's how you know he's new, though. There's no culture. There's plenty of culture.
Well, yeah, that's what I said. I said, if you come on crypto Twitter, you're going to find culture. You're going to find every kind of creed, race, religion, sex. I mean, we have girls in there that come in. You got guys that are straight up can barely speak English, that are trying to work on their English, but they're like in the community and they're cool as shit.
Yeah.
You've got people in Australia. You got Shred over in Aussie. I mean,
you got people all across the world.
You got the Asian persuasion in the house. And then you got the U.S. cats like us, and that grew up in all different kinds of areas of the world and different cities and you know different backgrounds and stuff. So crypto Twitter and Cook are still my two go-to freaking community. So I don't care at this point. I did some shameless rating. I'm like, fuck it. You want to ask what you buy?
For sure.
I'm gonna shield you before you're gonna shield me your coin. Right. You know, we've been here before.
Kid, my son gets over here. Your nephew gets over here and moves stuff around.
No, he wouldn't do that.
No, not him. Not him.
He would never do such a thing. So it's congratulations. We have YouTube is trying to stream. X is defeating it by the power of 5. Excuse me.
Yeah, man. So I'm gonna shamelessly shill my the game that I just recently started working for. Things are starting to heat up, man. On the 24th, we go live with the game, dude. So the free beta version goes live on the 24th, man. So I'm excited to see people starting to come into the Discord and start to get some activity in there, man. Give me something to do, and then I have something else in the works, dude. I'm trying to be fully out of my my current job right now, and I'm there's things that are stopping me from doing that, bills and different things. But it's slowly but surely happening, man. So the game launches on the 24th. That's Soaking at Soaking 404. So go check that out, man. I'll be in the Discord a lot and trying to get that thing up and going. But yeah, and
I followed you guys yesterday when I saw it in the alpha chat. I followed it.
Nice, dude. Yeah, it's a small account. I mean, dude, we still have under 1,000 followers, man, on X. So it's my job to try to boost that and get the name out there, man. And
that's cool as shit. Well, you know what? That's it, man. You got a job in Web3. Well, you got 2 jobs. We have a business in Web3, and then you have a job. Yeah,
man. So it's exciting.
That's we both have a business and a job. It's like, but you got to do that, man. You have to hustle. You have to keep grinding, man. Well, another thing I was going to say, multiple streams of income coming in is another rule of financial investing that you need. You need more streams coming in than you have going out to actually be financially healthy. So it's actually really good to have, if you guys are watching the same, why are they doing all this little shit here, little shit there? Little shit here, little shit there adds up, man, over time and over power. Little things that you do add up. And it's always better to have more streams trying to come in. Maybe one day this thing will pay off too. This silly little podcast that we've been doing for 2 years.
Maybe, man. Maybe. I hope so, man. I hope so. Too. It's fun either way. We're gonna do it, right? But it would be cool to for it to see it go somewhere.
Speaking of which, Wes, that why is it not showing YouTube on the thing? When it shows the viewer count, it's only showing on X again over the eyeballs.
I have YouTube on mine.
Yeah, I don't have it on mine. So if you guys are watching on YouTube, give us a thumbs up in the chats. Give us a like or something so I can see some activity. We're trying to boost our numbers. Yeah,
you're right. I don't know why it's doing that, dude. Oh, and you know what, dude? So on X, it is read only, dude. Like, so when I just responded back to Dirt Donkey, I don't think he actually sees that. Yeah, it only shows it on X. All right, so we'll try to figure that out. I don't like that, but anyways, we'll figure that out. Play around with it.
Yeah, Joel.
All right. How you feeling, man? How you feeling about the markets, dude?
Well, I was gonna say that total global. First of all, I do want to say something very important about ETH right now. I'm getting pissed because not a price action. I'm trying to use Ethereum last night and the prices were down, right? The prices were down, but the fucking time.
Gas? Oh.
The gas prices were down. It was 12 cents to do my transaction I wanted to do. It wasn't going to be shit.
Yeah.
But the amount of fucking time it took, I'm sitting there. I'm like, it's 3 a.m. because I was up late, right?
Are you still using MetaMask?
Yeah, don't
You got to
give me
get
no
off that
shit
MetaMask,
about
man.
that. Old boomer wallet.
No, they're
I
trying to
know.
step their game up, but it is a pain in the ass, man. I think it has something to do with MetaMask more than ETH.
Really? It
Yeah.
might, but I heard other people were having the same issues with shit taking forever. It wasn't just me. It wasn't just MetaMask either. That was a couple
Yeah.
weeks ago. But my point is it's fishy, right? It's fishy because if the price ain't doing shit, it's 3 a.m. and all the US is asleep, 4 a.m. and China's the only one, Japan, Asia is the only ones up trading and buying shit. Why is ETH dragging ass? And then that tells me there's one of two things. Either they're doing something building wise with the network, there's some shit that's bogging the network down, or there's some asshole whale flooding the market with little microscopic buys. It could be one or the other. But one way or the other, the network is bogged down. Like I can tell. I've been using it since 2019, even with MetaMask. But that's part of the reason I want to stay with one wallet. I want to gauge the entire experience of crypto for years in a row to like just be able to sniff the market. And I'm telling you, I'm sniffing something going on with ETH, and total global's above 2.814. So I wouldn't be saying that nothing's happened yet, guys. It looks like nothing is happening, right? Like that's where you were right, Wes. It looks like nothing's happening, but yeah. I feel and sense, my spider sense is tingling that ETH is fucking about to rip. Like it's about to move.
Oh,
I feel like it is, dude.
The
I really
altcoins,
do.
Look, there was, I can't remember who I was watching, what they were saying, but they're right. They've been in crypto for, almost 10 years. And it's the same as the alts aren't going to run. Ethereum's not going to run at least until Bitcoin starts to run.
Daddy runs.
And then the alts aren't going to run until ETH runs, dude. Like that's just the way it is, man. Yep. We're gonna keep getting these rallies up and back down until ETH is fucking up and continuously going up, in my opinion, and apparently a bunch of other people's too. So like, Solana used to be the thing to hate on, previously before, earlier in the cycle and last year, right? For plenty of reasons why, but Solana was that project that people hated on, and I just think that ETH is that project that people are hating on right now, and it's simply for price action. Like that is it, man. So once the price starts coming back in, dude, and we start getting some price action, some good structure, man, I think that the sentiment will definitely flip around. I know we say like people watching are probably like, he's like, dude, they're fucking chilling ETH again. Like, yes, dude, yes.
Yeah. It's I
know it's frustrating.
I don't know how much longer they have to keep trying to play us with this price action because
right.
The thing is they still haven't dropped us in that range. So this range is getting exhausted. Like this range is there. There's not much more fucking trading to go in this range. So they're either gonna have to drop us soon or they're gonna have to pump us. I don't think that we can continue the sideways shit much longer. Maybe about a week or two at most before you get a breakout. But you can't. I don't want to say you can't stay in this range, but this range is I don't know, dude. I want you to look at. I'm gonna have you pull up the charts, but
I'm excited to pull up these charts, man. Not that really anything has changed, but it has, and there is some things that I think are about to play out. So I'm ready, man. Whenever you are. Actually, let me open up.
You can pull her up.
I might get a lag, so let me go ahead and do this. There we go. There we go. Okay. All right. I think we'll start with this. Yeah, dude, I just noticed on. Oh, never mind. I was about to say other people that are streaming right now, like Tom Crown, Kelly Kellum. Why y'all got to stream right now, man? Come on. This used to be like our time to stream. Now everybody's streaming.
Oh, everybody's streaming at 12.
Yeah, man.
That's all right. We claimed it first.
All right, let's do this, man. Actually, fuck that. Let's start with some charts or posts here. Let's start with some posts here. I've been posting in the TCR team chat here, so I got a few that we can look at. Is this? Oh, here it is, man. Remember I was asking the question, what's up with all the sovereign wealth funds and all this stuff, man? Like, you know, we haven't heard anything about that since since we last mentioned that. Everybody used to mention that. Man, the sovereign wealth funds, they're not even in yet, right? This is Michael Saylor. Can you hear that?
It's a very wonderful job normally. And today, mission control for this launch. And just so excited to be here.
Where did he go?
If you want to get in touch, you can just email me, Alex at hello@presidiobitcoin.org or Alex
Siri.
at presidiobitcoin.org.
Yo,
can you hear that?
Yeah,
on the road
yeah, it's rocking.
We are going to be hosting events. There's memberships.
Anyway, it's a long video. We're not going to watch the whole video. But here's Michael Saylor here, you know, talking at Presidio Bitcoin launch. At the Presidio Bitcoin launch, Michael Saylor's talking about presenting to the Saudi Aramco chairman, who also manages the nation's $800 billion sovereign wealth fund, as well as to 150 other random billionaires, talking about why they should be invested in Bitcoin. And that's good, right? That's a good thing, man. He's presenting Bitcoin to a bunch of these billionaires and to the Saudi Aramco that manages all that money in the sovereign wealth fund. So I think that with the regulations finally getting clearer and clearer, right? This is the time when companies like this look at it and say, you know, it's time to buy, man. It's time to throw that 1-2% of our wealth into Bitcoin, right? And Michael Saylor, like, who else is better than Michael Saylor to present that to these guys? And I think that's huge. So I wanted to share that. It's a 38-minute long video, guys. So it was by Bitcoin Archive. Go check it out. Good video. I only watched like half of it, but you kind of get the idea. Let's jump into this. This is look, man, we got us a bullish Hyperliquid guy in the audience here. I thought this was funny, man. So this guy's doing like an auto-tune thing.
I'm a crypto trader. That's honestly what I would have guessed for that dude over there. I wouldn't have thought. Bro, what should I be buying? Should I be doing XRP? What am I doing? Should I be hitting XRP? Tell me. No. What should I be hitting? Trying to just keep it simple, Ethereum and Bitcoin? Nah. Bro, what should I be doing? Bro, stop fucking holding out on me. Stop. I'm trying to get this fucking money, bro. I'm trying to get this. Oh, come on, dude. What should I be doing, bro? G-Non and Hyperliquid. I don't know what that is, but.
Wow.
Bro said G-Non and Hyperliquid, bro.
G-Non? What is G-Non?
I have no idea, man.
Well, we're going to have to fucking figure it out because this motherfucker's sitting watching shows and shit.
Yeah, man.
He ain't working. He's out watching comedy shows or whatever the fuck this is.
Right. So it might be the move, man. I don't even know who this is. We're going to follow him, though. That was pretty cool, man. So Hyperliquid, shilling Hyperliquid there, man. Hyperliquid, is it still around the $13 to $15 mark? I haven't even looked.
So. Yeah, it is. It is because I had to actually sell a little bit last night.
Oh,
I didn't have to, but I wanted to get some samples.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, 1352. But you know,
gotcha.
It's not that it's a good time to sell. It's just that I didn't have any dry powder, and I was like, oh, I got to get these samples. Yeah. I'm actually going to meet. I'm going to meet the dude after this. after our show, I'm going to meet the DJ that might help me with this thing. So
Nice.
get back to the electronic shit too, brother.
Yeah, get it, man. Guys, so this is, if you are on Hyperliquid, you've been trying to get some of these NFTs or whatever. Hyperliquid puppets, they are launching today on Drip Trade. It's going to be 2:00 EST, max 3 puppets per wallet. But there is like 2 free phases. So if you've been in the Hyperliquid ecosystem, or you're holding or staking, own any other NFTs, then you should be able to get one of these for free. And I believe that includes Prime Apes, man. I think I've already looked to see if we get one free, and I think Prime Apes does. So that's 2:00. Make sure you get one, especially if you have the free phase. That is one to definitely check out. This was just something I thought was interesting, man, especially with the previous, what happened with Ethereum on, Hyperliquid and the trader or whatever. But this was really cool to see. So a Hyperliquid whale shorted $300 million of BTC with a liquidation price of around 86.6K. So if you've heard people talking about the $86,000 liquidation level, that is what they're referring to, is this right here. So CBB tried to get a group of people together to push up the price of Bitcoin and get him liquidated. He claimed he had 8 figures of money committed. Bitcoin candled up a couple of percentage. You remember yesterday when we shot up to 55,000? It was like just a crazy wick on the 1 hour. You can see it. We shot up to like 85.5 or something. And
you said 55. I'm thinking to myself, what?
Oh, no. I meant to say 85. So I do that a lot, man. When I go back and watch the show, I'm like, where the hell did I get that number from? I'll say the wrong shit. But 85, it was like 85.5, dude. So liquidation levels at 86.6. If you look at the 1 hour, you will see a big wick that takes us to like 85.5. That's what this was. They were trying to get this guy liquidated, but without success. And this is still an ongoing story here. But yeah, we'll see what happens to that. But a lot of people are still speculating that it is still open and that they're trying to get him liquidated still. So we shall see. This was the wick right here.
Nice.
I can't zoom in. So this
very
was
nice.
Wick. It took us to 85. It was like 85 and some change.
Ain't that some shit? And when people say, "Oh, everything's manipulation," yeah, everything is manipulation, asshole.
It happens.
Like the wealthy, that's all they do is manipulate.
Well, this was just a bunch of Hyperliquid, people involved in the ecosystem that were like, "Fuck this guy, man! Like, why is he trying to short?" Like they see it as he was trying to do the same thing the guy did to ETH.
Yeah, this is on the good side of things, but I was talking about when on just the generic thing of crypto. People are like, when you try to tell people that there's manipulation going on, that there's some shady shit, and then they're like, "Oh, you think everything's manipulation?" Yeah, asshole.
Yeah, that's pretty much what trading is. Yeah,
it's nothing but manipulation. You have to learn how to steer and adjust your sails in the vast sea of manipulation. Welcome to investing 101.
Yeah. So yeah, I just thought that was really cool, man. If you do have a big bag of money and you want to help this guy out, then hit him up.
Yeah, that's cool as shit, actually, Wes. That's really cool.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty neat.
That's awesome.
And let's get into some Bitcoin stuff. I think I got like 2 more posts here. All right, so Titan of Crypto, he always has really good charts, man. Go follow him over there. But he says, when 86% say no to Bitcoin, it might be time to say yes. Market rewards contrarians. Are you with the herd? ? And it's just a picture of CNN. They posted, would you invest in Bitcoin? 20,800 votes. 86% said no. 14% said yes. So that makes me feel good, man. I don't know about you, but that makes me feel good.
Well, 86 and 14. Okay, so 86 were saying
no, they would not invest in Bitcoin. 14%.
Right, good. Stay the hell out.
Right.
More for me, asshole.
Dude, that makes me feel better, man. Like, if it was the other way around, I'd be like, dude, we're late. We're late, bro. If 86% said yes and 14 said no, that is a sure sign that, man, we're late, dude. You might as well, just be completely out of Bitcoin at that point. So I don't know. I thought that was pretty interesting. So if you think you're late, especially on the retail side, man, I really don't think you are. Like, you're late. You're late for the 100x gains of Bitcoin. Like, that's, that was 2 cycles ago. But just to simply invest, no, you're not late. And then this guy here, Crypto Nobler, the next bull run starts on March 20th. He claims it starts on March 20th, just from, taking the macro standpoint. Bitcoin.
That would make sense, dude, because that's the end of March. Remember about 2 months ago, we kept saying, yeah, it's going to be mid-March now because all this bullshit. Now, the Ides of March is over with too, Wes. The Ides of March, and that's, in stock market for 200 years, March is always the beginning of March. It's called the Ides of March on Wall Street because they know it's a shit month. I don't know why. Maybe it's because businesses are shifting their money around because, like, you figure that's the end of the first quarter. So the first quarter is pretty much done. You're wrapping your shit up and you're getting ready for that explosion before summer. So that's why I said March, April, May, May, June. April, May, June could be fucking fantastic for us, man. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah. But just to dig into his post, I'm not going to go all the way through it, but I will mention some of the projects he put on here because I think it could be a great opportunity for some of these. But he has a fractal pattern of the different cycles, right? Fractal pattern of the different cycles. Bitcoin's hit local bottom. Next target, 600,000. I don't think we're going to 600,000. I don't know where he gets the number from, but you guys know that Sierra's target is 250,000 plus. So I'll just put that in there. Every $100 will turn into 25,000 if you buy the right low caps. Now that I do think is a little far-fetched, but there are some that if you do buy, it happens, man. It does happen. So he just kind of goes into these different charts, the psychology of these charts. If you haven't seen this is a great chart to go off of. So, right, you go into the euphoria, and then that's when you start going into your bear market, capitulation, anger, depression, and then disbelief before we go into hope, belief, thrill, euphoria. So where do you think we are on this, man? I think we just passed depression, to be honest with you. I really do. I think we just passed depression. Sierra, you probably think we're more around the anger side because you feel like we have a little further to go down. I think we're at depression, dude. I was depressed from these markets about a week ago, 2 weeks ago. And that is usually when that flips around. And I'm like holding off, dude. I'm like, nah, dude, like I can't.
No, actually, even with my downward call, it's funny because you're right. I do still, I don't think we go down. I know that range looks tasty to Trump, and I know it looks tasty to Fink, and the world, there's still war going on, there's still bullshit. But now we're coming towards the end of March, and now that range is starting to disappear a little, and we're staying above 2.8. So I would say we're right where that flag starts flagging sideways out of depression. Yeah, that's where I think we are, right there.
Yeah, I think we, for sure, man. I think we're coming up like we're just getting out of depression. And as you guys know, man, we've gone sideways a good amount. And that's usually when we get a rally and there's that disbelief. We come back down, and you'll have these, like, all of this stuff will play out within these little moves too. So you'll have euphoria right here, like, oh, dude, we're back. And then when we start coming down, then you get into the major disbelief, like, no, this isn't it. And then we'll go into hope, right? So I don't know, man. It's just something to pay attention to, guys. If you feel like you're in the depression phase, one thing, reach out to people, man. Talk to people. You can hit us up. Like, we don't care. We'll talk to you. But there is light at the end. Like, this is not it, y'all. This is not time to give up.
And this is the psychology of a market cycle is actually meant for the entire cycle, like the bull market to bear market. But within each cycle, there are mini cycles. And I think that's what Wes is talking about within the mini cycle that we're going through. Yeah.
Yeah. So like this entire disbelief move, within this move here, you'll get a little euphoria at the top because you think it's starting to flip around. So it's just like mini little switches on and off that you'll go through. On the way down, within the disbelief on the way down, you'll be in denial, panic. You know what I mean? So all that kind of stuff kind of sets in within these little moves here. But yeah, it's just something.
And this stuff is very real, you guys. You have to keep in mind that it's the reason this chart has been around for so long is because it works. It's price action is very, very telling of human emotion. So it's very important to learn this shit. I know it's some people could look at it and get bored with it, like, oh, who cares? But it's so cool, man. You should look at TA as like, holy shit, I actually have information I can look at about what's going on. Like, I don't know. That's what I love about TA, because you can literally see when people got freaked out. It's like, oh shit, on this date at this time for whatever reason. And the cool thing is you can go back almost 100 years and you can look and see how people were feeling on a day, on a time. And so that, to me, that's like recording history, dude. That's cool as shit that they do that with charts. And I think that's very interesting.
Yeah. So this next one, again, this is, you guys can go check this out. It's a long post and he's got some altcoins in here that he mentions, but I just think these charts in between them are super important, right? And this is pretty much from the bottom to where we are now, right? We've held up this support area. You can see this has come back and almost retested this previous high. And then we saw, remember we pointed out the RSI going to that level that it usually bounces on. And we're starting to see that a little bit, right? We haven't fully bounced on it, but we haven't gone through it, and we haven't gone through it here. So that's something to pay attention to. Usually these things so far, previously in the past, outside of a bear market, these things usually hold up. So we'll see what happens this next time. And then I think this is the last one. It's just kind of the money cycle. We've talked about this on the charts too, how the money flows, right? So it'll go from fiat to Bitcoin to small caps fiat. Where's it go? Oh yeah, fiat, stable coins to Bitcoin to large caps, mid caps, small caps. They don't have NFTs in here, but I think NFTs you can kind of group in with the small caps and then back into Bitcoin, back into fiat. That's usually how that goes, right? Back into Bitcoin, then back into fiat for the bear market, and then repeat. So this is something that I find pretty interesting too. He's saying that your money is going to be made mainly from these small caps, mid caps, outside of Bitcoin, and then names a few in here: Ondo Foundation, FET AI, Marlin Protocol. He just goes into the lower caps: Render, a few other ones, W, Alchemy Pay, and then he has his reasons why. You can go check that out. The one that I like the most on here is the Aether Cloud. I think that's how you say it, the ATH. That is GPU compute solutions, kind of like GPU Siri that we like. So yeah, that's that.
You mean the GPU that's price action is worse than
yes,
your ex-girlfriend?
That one. Yes. Exactly that one.
I'm telling you what, man. Brutal.
Yeah, I think that's all I got on this.
I feel like I've been actually verbally and sexually assaulted by DMT's price action. DMT has just shown no mercy, just ruthless, no feelings. I mean, DMT, I had a half of a DMT and I'm like, yeah, I'm doing good. Half of DMT is worth like fucking $5 the other day or some shit. And I'm just like, ouch. Yeah. Bro, that hurts.
Yeah. Yeah, it sucks.
That hurts. That
it sucks.
And it just shows you that the alts are just not done being brutalized until ETH, daddy's got to move, man. Daddy's got to move.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. There you go. I'm just playing around with this thing. Okay. All right, let's jump into the charts, guys. Let's do it. Yay. So much fun. All right, so one thing that I have noticed that played out, we'll start here on the daily. Bitcoin's at 83.4. One thing that is kind of playing out is we were right here. No, we weren't. We were right here. So this was last Thursday. So this was Thursday when we streamed last. We were kind of putting in this falling wedge here on the daily, right? Got a little falling wedge on the daily, and then we can see what kind of happened. We've actually broke out of the falling wedge. Doesn't mean we're going to stay out of it, but we did break out of the falling wedge and come back, and we retested the falling wedge. Close enough for me. Retested it, and now we're putting in a green candle for the daily. The thing is, man, here's the thing.
I ain't buying that daily candle, by the way. They can try to act like that's we're not going to touch the bottom, or we're going to touch the bottom of that wedge again. We need to. So
here's the thing with this, guys. All right, we talked about this on the 4 hour, right? We were getting this. No, that's the 1 hour. We were talking about it on the 1 hour. Our nice, 5 move wave here, and then we had our correction wave here. This is still considered a correction wave until we break above this swing high or break below the swing high. So we're still in the correction phase of that previous swing. Let's see. You can see it on the 4 hour a little bit better. So this is the one we were talking about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we haven't broken above or below. So we're still in like this corrective phase, right? Within this sideways uptrending pattern on the 4 hour. So that's something that we're kind of watching. And we're not like, we can't get over this previous high, man. Look at the 1 hour, right? Look at the 1 hour. So we have right here, we broke above it, and then we came back and retested it. And now you see price action just falling. The candle's getting smaller and smaller, volume dropping. And that is what caused us to break down and bring us back to where we are now. So as of right now, man, this is just sideways action, man.
But
sideways action.
Wes, go back, zoom out a little bit real quick.
Oh, this was that wick, Siri.
Nice. Zoom out a little. So it's, yeah. You see that range? That sideways range, right? This is what I was talking about. This range is fucking dead. Like, it's not dead, but you got no more room to, the market makers don't have much more room to trade. And that's why these moves are coiling up. In the beginning, you had a drastic move up, right? Then you had a V shape. Then you have this tight chop. You're getting tight. This range is about done. These market makers have, everyone that wants to buy or sell crypto at this area, at these areas, is satisfied, in my opinion. The market makers are going to go, okay, we're running out of buy orders here. Where are we going to go? And just like you look for support and resistance levels when you're trying to find a level, do the exact opposite. If you want to know where the market's headed, do the exact opposite. Look where there is no resistance and support, and that's where the market makers' eyes are going to naturally go to. And that doesn't guarantee where we're headed, but it gives you an idea of what they're looking at. So whereas you would normally try to draw lines that touch as many points on the candlesticks, when you're trying to find liquidity gaps or where the market makers want to go, you do the opposite. Try to go away from the major support and resistance and find those broken up levels. And this level here has been beaten to death with a shoe. It's like, that's why I say
right now.
Well, from the bottom of that trend, that whole rising wedge.
This is the 1 hour. So I don't know, man. I try not to look at like what you're looking for on the 1 hour, maybe the daily or the 4 hour.
Even still, look at that range. Look at that range.
You talking about this one here, or just
even the
sideways?
upside, the whole chop, the two
this
V
entire
shapes.
Move.
Yeah, that whole range is played out.
So let's look at it like this, because you could probably see what you're wanting to look at on the higher time frame.
Yeah, I mean, basically, you could still see it though. It's from the red, that whole falling wedge, right? The whole falling wedge is in that range where that big whale candle is on the left. So if you go back to the left of the pattern, right there, you see there's no trading that's happened below that yet. It's all been that top candle, that big green candle all the way to the left has been eaten up. Like that range is done, dude. It's done.
So I think Siri's talking about this area here.
No, go to the left. Go to the left. Over. Right there. Go up and to the right. No, you're going too far.
This?
Yeah, where the whale blip is. Go up higher. Up higher.
Oh, right here?
Yeah, from there up. is done. That range is done. And that big green candle right there. That
You really think so, man?
I do because you're not going to get much trading that close to these major levels. You're going to get fewer trading in between those levels just based on the nature of how long you've gone on the one above and how long you've gone below. You're only going to get that in between in spurts, and that's why it's going down. I think the next time it'll be, slightly going up, but I don't think we can trade in this range much longer. I really don't. I think we have to go down lower. And God, I'm so bullish, and I hate saying that, but I still say that we need to touch lower, dude.
So you're talking like 60, what'd you say, 70 to 80?
70 to 77 is my prime target that I'm really eyeing. Like, if I had to be ironclad what it is, it's between 70,000 and 77,000.
All right, so that's the range that I have pulled up here, and that is where we started breaking away from it.
And you're going to be there briefly, just as you were there briefly in this falling wedge. That's my point. My point is, you will see the trading in this range, but it's not going to be as excessive as it was up around 90K, and it's not going to be as excessive as it was down below us, because what happens is when the market makers skip over ranges, they have less how do you say it? They have less time to trick you, because they've already built a range below, they've already built a range above. So everybody sees the range in the middle, right? So because everybody sees that range, they can't fuck with it too long. You see, does that make sense? What I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why I said, these tiny ranges in between these major levels of sideways are crucial, because you don't get a very long chance. Look at this falling wedge. It's already broken out. I mean, next move is going to be just as quick, I think.
Yeah.
To the downside.
So kind of what I'm seeing, man, is so we have those levels marked, and we will look at these. I have these levels marked on the daily. They might not show up on the other ones, but on the daily time frame, we'll keep these on the chart here, just so we don't lose them. All right, so we'll keep these on the chart. And yeah, I mean, there is literally no trading that has been done between these areas. Yeah. So Sierra's looking at it like, most people are saying, we're not going to go there because there is no, there's only support here, and there's support very little here at 72, which was the previous high. So what Sierra's saying is, most people are saying, especially if you're a trader, you're looking at this like, well, that's support, man. So if we fall through there, then we're just going straight to 72. But what Sierra's saying is, if we lose this area, he's saying that we're going to just trade in between here, because not many people are expecting it, because we haven't traded there before. Right? Am I getting that right?
Well, it kind of, sort of, but it's also more so that the market makers have already shown you where they're headed, right? Because this falling wedge, and now that we're going down and sentiment is bad, the market makers have telegraphed this range to you.
Yeah.
Basically, you could either go sideways and down from here. Of course, you could get some weird, crazy pump out of nowhere and go back up. But the reality of it is, if we go up, we're going to hit that yellow line, I think, and get a rejection before we come back down and go to that range. I think that the trading in between this level, the reason you're getting that falling wedge, it's bullish. It looks good. It's healthy, but it's also because this range, they can't fake you out anymore. They already took you up to 109 and brought you down to 82. They can't replicate that big of a move right now. So what they're forced to do is they're going to say, all right, we're getting tight. Where are we going to go? Yeah. You see what I'm saying? They're running out of options because they're trying to trick you. They already tricked us with the down up, the doki oak. Now we're falling back down into it. So from a psychological standpoint, again, I'm not using TA. I'm using psychological tactics that the whales might be using. And I feel like, Wes, that 70 to 77K, I've said it before a million times, it's going to be shorter lived than this falling wedge. So if we go down there, expect it not to last. What did that last? What, a week, 2 weeks? Were we in that falling wedge? Maybe that was probably a week and a half. That whole pattern. Yeah. That whole drop
this
down.
One here?
No, not that one. Yeah, the big fat part at the bottom, like that whole big like falling wedge. Yeah, what is that? Like a week and a half?
I mean, from the time it started, that was February.
So
February,
longer.
we
So
hit
that
the
was
outside, and then here, yeah.
so you're looking at a month. So I don't think, excuse me, I don't think you have a month at 70 to 77K. In other words, I think if you get 2 weeks down there, you better suck that shit up. That's what I'm saying.
I got you, man. Yeah, I mean, it does make sense. I mean, look, guys, look, a falling wedge usually breaks to the upside. What do we do here? We broke out a little early than normal. Normally these things ride out to about 70, 80%. We broke out a little early, but we've come back down to retest it. What were we doing in here? Like if you drop it to the 4 hour, what is this? This is a rising wedge. What do? They usually break to the downside. So just jumping back into the 1 hour, you probably see it a little bit better here, actually. But you can see we were getting tight here coming out of that, right? We were getting tight, rising wedge. What do? Now we've fallen out of it, but we're coming back into it and retesting it. So, even though this stuff is playing out, falling wedge, bullish, we break out of it. A rising wedge, bearish, we break down from it, but we've retested the top of this. All that looks good and everything, and we're making higher highs and higher lows. But our problem is exactly where I put this on the daily on this chart here. Those red lines, we can't get across those red lines. These first red lines, we can't get across them and break above it and close above it, which is the continuation level of that downtrend. So we're getting rejected off that continuation level. That is what we need to get above, and the freaking moving averages here. We need to get above those too. So there's a lot of things that are above us that are just keeping us from going up. And I think that this continuation level has been a pain in the ass. That's that 83 to 84.5 level. We've wicked up there a few times, but we can't seem to get above it. And then we have our immediate support at 78.56, where we closed our daily candles here. So as of right now, man, we're just ranging in between these two levels, 78 and 84. But the level that I'm looking to beat is this continuation zone back here. And that's going to be the 84.5 and then get above these moving averages. And then we can start looking at 90 and all that shit. But as of right now, we just can't seem to do it. We do have our MACD that's flipped. As you can see, it's flipped a few times. It's been faked out. Normally, this thing's pretty on point. That'll be 3 different times in this downtrend that we've been faked out by this MACD, right? We do have some bullish divergence on the RSI that wants to try to play out. RSI is oversold, so things are looking good, but we're sitting at resistance. RSI is low. We're sitting at resistance. Normally, you would say, all right, we got enough strength. We've chilled out a little bit. MACD, everything is flipped, and we're at resistance. Normally, we can break through those things. But here, we can't seem to do it, man. And I think that is the biggest level that most people should be looking at. 78 as support, 84 as resistance. Anything below or above that, we can probably get a little bit of trading in. But right now, you really can't.
All right. So one thing I would ask you to do, can you look at the previous pattern where after we broke through the EMAs and came up and hit them twice? What did it look like on the last major pattern we were in? Probably have to right there, right up top.
Up top. Okay.
Yeah, right there. That W pattern, the W bottom reversal to your left.
Yeah, I'm just moving some of this shit.
See, we broke down. We went 1, 2. Okay, no, 1, 2, and we had a fake out to the upside, then crashed one last time before getting through. So if you go to the very top of that descending triangle, where the EMAs are the highest all the way to the left, right there. So see how it crashed down once, came up, kind of poked its head a little bit on the first pump,
and then went through it. Right?
Went through it again twice. Then on the third time, you see it looks like the Twin Towers, that blue and then gray candle right there. It's like 2 of them went straight up. So you had 1, 2, and you fell back through. And that fall back through pattern is where the EMAs started tightening up real close, and then the EMAs moved to the upside. What I think's happening right now, and And I wish I could draw it because you can see that big W. It's a huge
Yeah, no.
W.
I see what you're talking about.
Right
Talking
there.
about this big W. Yeah.
So it crashed through once,
Yeah.
twice, right? And then came back down. So what you're seeing now is we broke below the EMAs. Boom. We went up once, twice. Now we're very low coming up again. So what I think is going to happen, what I hope is going to happen, man,
I
we've
can't
already
look at it the same, man.
We've
I
already
can't
had
look
the
at it
death
same.
cross, though. That's the
Yeah.
thing. The death cross.
Yeah, we had our death cross back here. But
So-
see, I think the biggest difference here is that we were coming into a rally with our moving averages here. So we were above that, the moving averages, and just chopped through them here. The
Well, you were
difference
above
is
them right
here,
there. You were above
This
them.
is a downtrend right here. So this, yeah, we were above them here, coming from an uptrend, right? We were in an uptrend.
No, you're too
We're
far
above
back.
them.
You're too far back. You're too
No,
far back.
this
Go over.
all of. I know what you're talking about. And see,
Yeah, I'm
you're
talking
saying,
about those two.
You're saying we dipped below them here. Look at the EMAs though; they're going up.
Yeah.
They don't start going down until back up here. So now you have except for the 20, which is the closest one, right? But you have the 50 and the 20 both moving down here in a downward direction, and I just think it's two different setups because here we were in a bull run. Obviously, it's lagging, so it's taking the last 50 days, so it's going up. And this is really the only time that both of them have been down, and we're in a downtrend, though. So I don't know. I just think it's two different markets.
Well, this is what I was saying. You had a big move. Whenever you have a big move, the next move, if the market's losing strength, is always smaller, right? And that's kind of what I said was going to happen because you had the EMAs going big, then they tightened up, and I said you're going to have a small move like this, and that's what happened. Now we had the death cross, okay? The death cross brought us into the CME gap. Remember, you got to keep things in perspective because I've been saying,
I do.
I said the EMAs, I called the EMAs, but this is what I'm trying to say. See how they tighten up like this big time, and then they spread a little bit. See, the reason they did that is because the markets lost the structure. So what I'm trying to say is it played out exactly like that big pattern. It did. It just did it on a smaller scale and a closer scale. And then after that, you had the breakdown, and then you went to the CME gap. So what I was saying about the structure right there, it is the same because it goes up like this and it pinches down, then it goes up and pinches down. It's just a smaller.
Oh, you're talking about just this right here alone.
From there to
you're
there.
saying it does, man. It looks exactly. Hold on, man. Hold on. Because I didn't see it before, and now I see it.
That's what I'm trying to say.
You know how I love these fucking these patterns here, man.
Yeah, that's why I wish I could fucking draw. There you go. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, it's not going to be exactly the
it's
same.
It's almost to a fucking T though. It's like so blatantly there that I'm like, and I knew that was going to happen only because of the EMA. This happens a lot, man. Since 2019, bro. That is you can take that shit to the bank. When you see that candle slice through that EMA.
All right, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. So here, that was bottom. Well, we got our wick here.
Yeah.
But this was like the middle of the chart. Like that was bottom for here. So do you think we follow this and come back up? And it just so happens that this runs right through it. I just noticed that too.
I think the confluence, happens on your downtrend, exactly where you have your downtrend with the blue zone. I think your confluence meets up at that blue zone, but I think that's where we get rejected. And I think that's where we come back down to that 70 to 77K range. So that's what I think takes us there.
After hitting this resistance, kind of like what it's doing, or we're here. So after hitting this, we're here. So after hitting this, you're saying that we come back down and get our capitulation, and the same thing could be playing out, right?
That's what I'm saying. I think that we go up to the blue zone, which will put us about 80. What is that? 80.
It's around 88. Excuse me.
Now, anywhere in that blue box. So I'm not going to say exactly where, but anywhere in there, the next move could be. And what do we have, Wes? 10 days? How many days we got left of March? Yeah, we got fucking 15 days. Yeah. Absolutely, bro. Abso-freaking-lutely. They got 2 weeks to play around. So the market makers move right now. If I'm looking at this chart and I'm a whale, I got a bunch of money and I know that people want to buy Bitcoin lower, including Larry Fink and Fidelity and Trump and Elon and everybody else. If I know that in the back of my head, and I know that there's probably a shit ton of buy orders. What's the liquidation map, bro? Didn't you say the liquidation? Like, where's our Can we look at that? Can we look at our I want to see what's juicy, the trades racking up or just the buy orders, because God, man, they could totally just milk these next 2 weeks and bring us down into that range right towards the end of March, get everyone super bearish, and then come into April like a bat out of hell. Just boom.
All right.
And I hope they do. I hope that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
You have it drawn out. That's what I'm looking at. Exactly how you drew it out is what I'm thinking, bro.
Yeah, that's what I figured. That's kind of what I figured, what I assumed. I think this is really going to make up my mind on what I think is going to happen next.
That zone, right? Yeah, that zone is crucial.
Oh my God.
If we don't get above
24 hour. This is the 24 hour. So 82.8, that's not bad. There's liquidity above and below us.
I know they're trying to play us. Dude. That's why I said they're trying to play us.
Let's look at the week. Jesus Christ. I got nothing, man. I got nothing.
See, that's what I'm saying.
We're ranging, man.
Usually when you're looking at a chart and you're like, okay, the charts aren't telling me anything. Yeah. You have to realize that range is fucking done. This range, and they know it, dude. The market makers know that they already pushed it. Dude, it's done, dude.
Just as much liquidity. Lower. There's just as much liquidity as above us as there is below us, but the below is definitely more,
and it's more sexy.
78. So 78 double bottom, and then we go, man. Then we go.
This is the double bottom.
This is the 2 week.
If we hold 78, though, see, because if we go back down to 78 and everyone starts cussing their mother out on Twitter again, then that 78 all of a sudden don't hold, and the floodgates are open, and Fink gets his licking his chop, and he gets his $70,000 to $77,000 Bitcoin, which he wants. And I'm just telling you, dude, that from a psychological standpoint, but they're running out of time. Like, if they don't drop it soon, I don't want to say they're running out of time. They can do whatever they want. They have enough money to. But I feel like April, May, June, dude, is going to be that relief rally. I hope, for God's sakes. But I think they have 2 weeks to pull this off. And the 2 week time period they're gonna have, if this plays out, this pattern you have on the screen. I think by the time it gets to the bottom of that yellow line, below 78, that will be the trigger to open that level between 70 and 77, that little magic portal. And if you stay down there for 4 or 5 days, you are a lucky son of a bitch. But I think it'll flush a lot of people out, dude. Like, Ghostface coming in may be a temporary top signal. You know what I'm saying? And no disrespect to Ghostface at all. I'm just saying, when you start seeing NFTs coming back on a little pump and shit, you're like, wait a minute. That's what I'm looking around on, these little mini pumps. Yeah. So to me, everything just lines up, bro. Like the previous pattern happened. We had a death cross, so we still got to pay for that, right? We had the death cross. We're kind of paid for it, but not really. We have that range below us. So I have three major reasons telling me why we should go to 70 to 77. And I have one thing telling me that we should go above this range right now. The only one thing that tells me we should go above this range right now is that this range is done. And that's not enough for me. I have 3 reasons why we go down. One reason why we go up. I'm not shorting the market, but I'm saying temporarily I still think that we see that 70 to 77K. And it's not because I just want to be right, you guys. It's because I see it, and it looks like that's where they're headed. Yeah. I could be wrong. But, 2 weeks left of March, man. There could be 2 more weeks of pain. You know what I'm saying? There just could be. And that would be okay. Let's get the shit done, dude. I'd rather hit the shit now. Like, I'd rather go down there, flush the rest of these assholes out, touch. Can you imagine how healthy that would be if we went down and touched that level, Wes? Like, if we went back down to 70K.
So that he's talking about retouching this previous high here.
How nice would that be? That's a perfect retest. We need it, man.
I think
fucking need it.
I think 70. I think going down to 70K would get a lot of people out of the market. Below that, you're gonna have capitulation and possibly throw us into an even deeper bear market. Honestly, man, I really think that. Even though there's people on the side that are wanting
Look at that
to buy
fractal,
there,
dude.
they
Look at
would
that
love
fractal.
nothing more than to take it lower. They say, "Well, damn, we just went from 109 to 70K. You know, how does a $50,000 Bitcoin sound to you guys?"
And that'll
Yeah,
never
let's do
happen.
it.
You're not getting to 50.
So,
You ain't getting
all right.
50. You're not going to see 60.
I don't think we get a 70. Because I think if we do, there's a lot of reasons why a lot of people would be scared out of the market at that point, man, from a structural standpoint. Psychologically, I mean, people are just going to be fucking depressed. But from a structural standpoint, and it's not funny. I just, you know, it is what it is, man. But from a structural standpoint, from a trading standpoint, I think that would shake a ton of people out of this market.
But you're still in an uptrend, though. You're just retesting
on the
previous
macro
resistance.
Yeah. So, guys, on the macro, we're still in an uptrend. This level is the one that we need to keep. And yes, a retest of this level at 72, 73 would be healthy. Would be very healthy. But
I'm
yeah,
ready for it, dude. I'm ready for it. You had a down weight, right? Let's look at that downward bearish flag. A perfect candle with a perfect little retrace. I mean, if you measure that top to bottom, that white candle, if you extrapolate that and measure it down, it goes actually below 70K. It goes down to 68K, I'm sure. So from this level. So if we did have a capitulation tomorrow, let's say, or the next day, and you get that continuation candle to the downside, some bad news comes out or some shit, you could breach 70 like that, like no problem, go down to 68, and you still would not be in that bad of shape. So the reality is that big white candle all the way to the right has a perfect flag like this. If you flip that bitch upside down, it would look like a bull flag. So to me, that screams continuation to the downside. And that screams that we need to go down to that level. It also screams that that whale blip over there, you know, that's what we did. We cheated these levels. We took the elevator up, and now we're coming back down. We're paying for it. It's perfectly normal. If we go down to $68,000, it would be perfectly normal for Bitcoin. It's not scary. It's not the end of the world.
Let's look at the last time this happened. And this is exactly why I go back to this, you know, this area here, this structure here, man, because they look so similar, dude. It's not even funny, right? This one came down, retraced 32%, right? This one retraced 32%. We're at 30% now from wick to wick on this move. This one got the MACD flip, like towards the beginning. This one did the same thing towards the beginning. Bearish on the RSI. We've come back and retouched this, but look how many times we came back to it, right? We're bouncing off of it. But I mean, we can come back and bounce a few times on it with time left for Bitcoin to, you know, go back into the 100Ks. So, yeah, I mean, dude, this thing went down slow and steady until the MACD came all the way back down to the threshold. And look what it's doing, dude. Just slowly dragging back down to the threshold. We'll
pissing people off.
Yeah, we'll probably get a pump here, man. But 80, look, this is what I wanted to show you. So this is a downtrend. Officially, it's a downtrend. We're making lower highs, lower lows. Sierra's talking about this just being a pullback, and you take that from wick to wick, the 0.5, right? You do it the same way if we were in an uptrend. We get our wick to wick, and then we have a retracement, right? A correction to the upside. Look where we just hit the 0.5. Oh. Where's the 0.5? 84.7. So until we get above 84.7, or hell, even 86, man, get above these moving averages. This, to me, and to everybody, I mean, technically is still in it. We're in a downtrend, man. Until we can take out this high here, right? This high, and then we'll have to attack this one next. Until we do that, I mean, we're in a downtrend, man. At least on the daily, on the higher time frames, and that's the important one.
And you know, viewership's down, sentiment is negative. Here's the thing. The market makers are doing a tremendous fucking job right now, dude, because everybody's bored, everybody's mad, everybody's packed it up, everyone thinks it's over. And meanwhile, Fink is just sitting over there scooping fucking Bitcoin from 83 down to 70. If he can get it, he's going to fucking buy this range. And You know, if you're a little guy and you're not doing the same thing that they're doing right now, if you're not taking advantage of the dips when you can, you're playing the wrong side of the market. Just because I'm bearish short term does not mean I didn't say buy. I'm saying buy right now. That's the twisted part. Yeah, I'm told Nick's so bearish, I don't even want to watch the show. Okay, but I'm telling you, you should accumulate. Like, now that we had this little pump up, wait for the cool off. You know, if we don't go back to that blue zone, you know, it's time to buy all the way down. If we do go up to that blue box zone, like Wes said, I want to see us break above that shit. The bull market is not engaged again until we get well above that and bounce off it as support. If we bounce off of that as support, you know, that's a different thing. But I'm not seeing that on the short term. I'm not seeing it on the midterm. I still see like maybe you get that move to like 88, like you're talking about, and then you get rejected on that level and come back down. But who knows, dude? I mean,
yeah. So
it's very tough. It's very tough right now.
One day at a time, guys. One day at a time. I mean, I know it's boring. It's shit. But we're just trying to help you guys figure out, you know, what to do in this market right now. And we're in a downtrend. We need to break the 90K, right? We need to break the 90K, at least on the daily. We need to drop it down to the 4 hour. And you can see the levels that we need to take out. Up and to the left, what's the highest point this year, which is 85. We need to break that 85, man. It's been resistance on the lower time frames. Let's break above it, because on the 4 hour, we are making higher highs. But we have a flat top, which is not terrible. I posted this on X, actually. And you can see we were putting in a rising, we're putting in a rising floor, and we had a flat top back here, and we broke above it, came back as support. And most people thought we were going to blast off, but guess what? 84 held us down, and looks like we're going to attempt that again. So we'll see.
Well, I got to hop off here, man, because I got to be there at 2. But I think our good calls for right now, I think temporarily my call is going to be that we go back up to, say, we get a local short-term run up to 85 or 86. And then I think we cool back down. I think we get some boring action until Thursday. I think we actually are at the same. I think we get a little fake out run up, and then, you know, beginning of the week hype. And then I think by Thursday, we're back around 83, 80, like exactly where we are. I think they have 2 or 3 more days in this range, unfortunately. But as you can see, that pattern, that bigger pattern within the pattern is almost run out. So I think by Thursday, we'll have the definite move. Yeah, that pattern's almost done, dude. That big triangle you got that goes back, the symmetrical.
Yeah, this one's done. This was done. I was showing this as support, and you know what we could have is, obviously this could act as resistance now, but what we could have is flipping this. That was
I was saying the bigger one, Wes, the huge pattern.
The entire thing.
Yeah, like. You see that? Look, it goes all the way back to freaking that bottom trend, and then that huge uptrend, or the huge downward triangle from that goes back. Yeah. See, that pattern is coming to its apex. So that pattern's exhausted too. So you have 2 patterns that are exhausted, which is why I say this range is beat to death. And the market maker's healthiest move would be to throw out some FUD, you know, Bitcoin, Satoshi's found, or someone rumored to find, you know, any kind of bullshit story they can come up with, which they probably will do, some kind of FUD, some kind of bullshit. And then they'll use that as an excuse. All right, let's dump. And they'll dump whatever small amount of Bitcoin on exchanges they have, fake everybody out. And that could very easily take us down to that 70 to 77. I still am short-term bearish on that. I still think it plays out, but like I said before, take that as a blessing if it happens, not as a curse. And that's in no ways means bear market and all this bullshit, because if the bottom of the bear market is $70,000 Bitcoin, then we were just at 109. And where's it going to retrace to? It'll retrace to probably 95 again. So even if this is a bear market, we're still going to owe to retrace to 90, 92, 95. I don't know. It's just the way I'm looking at it.
Yeah. So
I don't think we're in a bear, West.
So, dude, me either. And I think that on the short term, guys, if you're trying to trade, I would drop it down to the 1 hour. There are some, there's some opportunities on the 1 hour. Just be very, very careful. Keep your stops close, and just make sure you're practicing safety. I mean, just like yesterday, we saw that crazy wick up to 55 and right back down. Or excuse me, I said it again. We saw that crazy wick back to 85 and then right back down to 82. Actually 82. So just be careful with your stops. And I think that's all I got. As far as like my targets, dude, I think that we come up and hit the top of this, which is 85, 86, like you're calling. And I think this rising wedge kind of plays out and we come back to 79, 80 for that double bottom before
same
we
page.
Start moving.
We got the same call.
Up. So
good shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of resistance here. And even tracing it back to this, a lot of confluence for resistance. First
GMB,
step, 84. Yeah,
GMB, you're going to get your buy on Bitcoin soon. Me and Wes are both calling it. Okay, we're calling it right now. I could use a buy on Bitcoin soon. Well, my friend, I believe it's coming for you. And I think if you jump on it quickly, you will do very well. That's my opinion, dude. I've said that for a while. Keep in mind, guys, as long as I've been saying this 70 to 77K I've been saying it since I've called this range. I said, you will not get it there long. It's not going to stay there long. And I'm telling you, when we go down there, 2 days down there is going to feel like eternity. And everyone's going to be like, shit, dude, maybe we are going. Here comes Garrett Soloway with his fucking man bun. Okay, guys, this is why we're going to 15,000 now. I'm going to show you on the previous bear. So when you see that happen, that's when you go long.
This is exactly what's going to happen. Everybody was looking at this level here, and we just didn't get it. We didn't go to 43,000 because everybody thought we were going to go there. I'm kind of approaching this in the same way. I think if anything, we come back, hit a double bottom at 78, and continue up. Maybe wick to 76. But I don't think we get our $70,000 or $72,000 Bitcoin. I don't think we do.
Okay.
I think shorts will load up. If we lose 78, shorts are going to load the fuck up.
All right. All right. But if we go to 77, retail is not going to hold the bottom of 77 up. Retail is going to fucking run like bitches.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have a lot of people.
And then Fink's gonna go, you know what? Fuck it. Short it one more time. And when they make that phone call, it's going to take $1,000 worth of shit being sold. And they could break 77. And so I put no faith in 77K. I know everyone says, 77 because it's a level, but I put zero faith because if we go there,
really not though.
They're gonna go like it's not a level. It's not.
It's really not.
They will break through that shit like butter. But I'm trying to be objective here. Let's be positive, right, Sierra? Don't be an asshole. I get it. I know. But can you imagine if we just crack through 77 real quick? Give them 4 or 5 days. Give them fucking 4 or 5 days. Let these asshats load their bags because they're going to do it, guys. I'm telling you, they're not going to pay 100 grand for Bitcoin.
73 to 74 is the lowest we go.
73 to 74, I like. I like lowest. That. I like that because that's perfectly in my range. 70 to 77. That's right in the middle.
Yeah, so
dead in the middle.
Yeah.
All right, I got to go, Wes.
Me too, man. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you like. Thank you guys for being here. Make sure you tune in on what's today? Monday. Make sure you tune in on Thursday, 7:00 p.m. EST. We will be here calling some shots. Make sure you're here. Make sure you're following us on all socials at the Crypto Remora. Make sure you're following Sierra at Sierra Crypto and myself at Crypto MacGyver. Much love. Until next time. Peace out.